The National Catholic Broadcasting Council presents Let Us Reflect Together. 40 Days of Lent Retreat, From the Cross to Hope. Day 19, Journey with the Holy Family, Growing in Wisdom, with Father Tom Lynch.
After 3 days, they found him in the temple, sitting among the teachers, listening to them and asking them questions. And all who heard him were amazed. His mother said to him, "Child, why have you treated us like this?" He said to them, "Why were you searching for me? Did you not know that I must be in my Father's house?"
My mother was a teacher, and when she retired, she actually went back to school and got her last university course to get her degree. And somebody said to her, "Frances, why would you go to all the bother of getting that degree? Because it's not going to affect your pension." She said, "I have worked for 25 years to get this degree, through babies, through this, through that. I am going to get my degree, and that is all there is to it." And she said, it's nice to be seen as somebody that's wise. I've often wondered about the parents of Jesus during those 3 days that he was lost in Jerusalem. As I've gotten older and had more responsibilities and seen parents that are so desperately worried about their children and grandchildren, I can barely imagine what Joseph and Mary felt over those 3 days when finally they found him in the temple, and Mary, out of the anguish of her heart, said, "My son, do you not know what your father and I have been through?" And he just seemed to just ignore that and go on. It's hard to grow in wisdom. It's hard to see something happening and not really know the reason for it at the time. The gifts that you were given in confirmation, the first 4 gifts, are all intellectual gifts: wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and counsel. It's a good thing to have knowledge, to really have that hunger and thirst for knowledge, to want to know more about God, to want to know more about how God's working in our world. But it's not just enough to have knowledge. We've got all kinds of people with knowledge. We're knee-deep with university degrees, but that doesn't mean we have wisdom. Wisdom means that we reflect upon what has happened in our life. We reflect upon the problems and the joys so that we are able to put it together, so that we can see how God works in our life. That's not usually given to young people because they don't have enough of a context, but it's given to you. It's given to me. We're called to look back. We're called to look back so that our memory has a purpose. Our memory can see how God has worked in his people's lives, in your life and in my life. It means that we're called to constantly come to know God. What does it mean that there is a God? What does it mean that God is the one who has created the world? What has it meant for you? Because people will handle abstract knowledge so far, but what they want is wisdom. And they want a wisdom that is found because and in experience. How have you known God? Has God been real in your life? How do we come to see how God works in my life? We're busy, and when you're busy, it's hard to take time for reflection. But if you're watching this, maybe you should realize that God has given you this time to be able to reflect, to be able to see how God is calling you to speak of what you know. Because wisdom is not meant just for yourself in some sort of self-satisfied or smug manner. Wisdom instead is to be shared, to be given to people. And I know you're saying, nobody wants to hear my wisdom, right? Because I'll just get shut down. That's not it. God will bring forth people who want to know what it is that God has meant in your life. We are called to share our wisdom as we need to share our wisdom. We're called to see how God works in us in heart, mind, and body. St. John Henry Newman's motto was, "Heart shall speak unto heart, cor ad cor loquitur." I've done a lot of funerals for grandparents, a lot of funerals. And over again, their children, but especially their grandchildren, and in some lucky cases, their great-grandchildren, will speak of the fact that their grandparents loved them and spoke to them and listened to them. It wasn't just one way. It was this ability to go deeper into the understanding. It's said that Mary, with all the things that happened to her in her life and in the life of her son, Jesus Christ, treasured all these things in her heart and pondered on them. I know that you ponder on them. Ponder on them in the light of Christ, in the faith, in the certainty that the promises of God, though you may not see them being fulfilled, are fulfilled. So that we want to be able to say, how is God in my life? And how could God be in your life too? So that you too could know the great gifts that have been given in my life as I have grown in wisdom, as I have pondered through the reality of Christ in my life, so that you can be able to have what I seek and what I have known, that joy, that happiness, that security of Jesus Christ himself. You can be found in the temple, but it's necessary to bring the temple out to the rest of the world.
Join us tomorrow for Day 20, Journey with the Holy Family, Faith in Ordinary Life with Father Tom Lynch. For more information, please email us at info@ncbc.ca, visit our website at dailytvmass.com, or call our office toll-free at 1-888-383-6277.